Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Diane and my passion is painting and creating nature-inspired watercolours in my studio, which are easy for you to do too. I share all my paintings with you on YouTube, and on our website dianeantone.com you can find free downloadable sketches for all the videos to help you make the most of your painting journey. And if you'd like a little bit more, we also have channel memberships with loads of perks for you to enjoy. So welcome on board. Click subscribe and turn on notifications, and let's learn to paint watercolour. So I've just done a quick sketch of some sunflowers in a field, and I thought maybe I would try and do it again to show you how I did it. This is a little sketchbook that I made mainly to do these prompts in, and it's nothing very special, this paper. I think it's actually just drawing paper. It has what they call a laid surface, which means it's got, if you look really close, you can see it's got kind of lines going across, which is something to do with the wire surface that it's pressed on when it's being made. So I'm just scrumbling around at the moment for the things that I used. I used a very light lilac for the underside of the clouds at the top here. And then, well, I'll show you. These are Poetique brush pens. And so what I did, I just kind of scumbled in some sky and just left gaps here and there. And this isn't going to be the final answer. This is just my beginning sketch. And then I took a little bit of grey, light grey, beige, I don't know what colour this is, and just kind of whooshed that into the underside of the clouds. And then, having done that, I'm repeating what I did. I didn't know what I was going to do when I did it the first time. I've got here my Viviva little palette of colours here, and I'm going to use this blue, I think. Am I? Did I? No, I think I used that one. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, I think I'll use this one, and just popping that in lightly all over the sort of cloudy area of the sky, and just using the brush quite aggressively, if you like, pressing down. And then just bring a little bit of water down towards the horizon line. We're not going to worry too much about any details in this painting. And then just going to pick up some yellow ochre or raw sienna, either one or the other. Doesn't matter which one. And we'll just drop that in along the edge of the horizon, like that. And then now we're going to go into the yellows. And we're going to put yellow flowers in the distance along here like this. And this is just the first layer. We're just going to put the flowers in position, so very roughly. Now this is a loose painting, even though it's small, and it is small. It's about 6 by 4, so we're just literally slinging them in more or less at random. Put a bit more in the distance there, and we want one here and one here. Okay, so that's your sunflower field. And then I'm going to go for the green. Somewhere here I've got a little green palette. I'll just pick up some, it doesn't matter which green, they're all the same. Pick up some green and put a little bit of yellow in it, and maybe a bit of red, make it a little bit less harsh. And then we're just going to put green loosely in the areas in between the flowers. And you know how it is. I don't know, have you ever done the same painting twice? Once, and then you thought, oh, okay, I'll try and do that again. And then the second time you do it, it doesn't work. I'm mixing a bit of blue in with the green now, but that still needs some, I think we'll put some quinacridone gold in with that. It's always a good colour. So that makes a nice dark green. You never know, really. I guarantee it won't turn out exactly the same. Can't possibly when it's so loose. So we will add a bit of water. And what I actually want is to clean up this quinacridone gold. Get rid of some of this green. I want the gold for the sunflowers. And I don't want it to be greenish. Some quinacridone here that's got a little bit dry because it's been sitting around waiting for someone to love it. And so we're just putting the quinacridone in as, you know, the shadow colour in the sunflowers. Okay, and now we're going to want to think about the centres. So I think we've got a, is this a brown? That's purple. Okay, that'll do. Purple and green. That will give us a nice dark. So we just put in the centres. These ones back here will probably run a little bit. These ones are a bit drier. People often say, can you give us a tutorial for that painting, what you did 5 years ago? And really, honestly, the answer is basically not really, because I probably can't remember what I did, and I couldn't reproduce it even if I could remember what I did, so to speak. And this one is going to be different from the one I just did before, about 5 minutes ago, let alone 10 years ago. So now I'm just dancing in some leaf shapes, just randomly rough, sort of trying to bring it in a little bit to give a little bit of shape to some of the flowers. And at this point, I'm probably going to say it's time to maybe go back to the sky. Put a little bit more blue. A little bit more blue in there. And let that mingle on the horizon where it's a little bit greener. We've got hills in the distance there, see? Okay. And what we'll do now is dry it. Okay, so you can go in one of several different directions at this point. I'll probably do a little bit more for the centres, I think. So we'll get a bit more purple and mix that with quinacridone gold to give us a nice rich brown. And I'll just strengthen up the centres, the seed heads of the sunflowers. Make them a little less fuzzy. In the distance, doesn't matter if they're fuzzy. And then probably put in the bees. So we just do our little croissants, buzzing across the sky. Like that. I'll put the legs on in a minute. The one I did before, I had forgotten about the wings. So I'll go back to that in a second and do the wings. And now let's do the bodies to these using a brush pen, just because it's easier. So we'll just come in with a yellow or gold brush pen. You can't really see the colour when they're a long way off in the distance, can you? So we'll do that, and then I need to just indicate the wings with a couple of ovals like that, then some antennae coming out the forehead, and as many legs as you feel makes you happy. You can put 6 legs if you like, but I don't think you can ever see all 6 of them at once. You can take a lot longer over doing this than I am. You don't have to do it super quick, but I wanted to. So then I'm going to take my orange and I'm going to just see how I can make these petals. There's more than one way of doing this. Lots of ways of doing this, and the one I did before I didn't do in this way at all, but I'm really abusing this pen and making it work hard for its living. It's actually lifting some of the paint from underneath to try and give the shape of the petals. You can see what I mean? The other one, which I'll show you in a minute, is different from this. But you have to, you know, every painting is different. Every mood is different. Every minute is different. Right, I don't think I want to do any more of that. So that's that. And I'm going to pick up some more green and just kind of come into the petals a little bit. Put some nice dark greens. Just keep it really lively. And I think we need some darker orangey yellow, something like this. The centers, we just go around like this. The first thing I ever painted with these Poetique brush pens was a sunflower design. Don't use these if you're going to hang your painting, now that's gone too wet, in the light, because I think they'll probably fade. Yeah, in fact, I can guarantee that they'll fade. There we are. So we've got lots of nice yellow flowers there. Now, the thing is, what you could do when you get to this stage, I'm just going to take my other one, which is just here. I forgot to put the, as I said, forgot to put the wings on, so we'll just throw those on. Can't forget the wings, can we? And the thing is, sometimes when you get to this point, you say to yourself, I don't know, should I do some line work on here? And with this one, I'm okay about that. I think that one's all right. But this is a good opportunity to actually come in and see what would happen if you did loose line work. You don't have to do this. And it might not work. But why not try? Do 2 of them and experiment. And you don't have to stick to the shape that you think a sunflower ought to be. You can, do what I'm doing if you want. Or you can try and be a bit more realistic if you know what that means. So we just, lots of nice, this TomBow brush pen, Fudensuke, soft, I think this one is. They come hard and soft. This one's soft. Something that personally I think is important is to remember that you can't force anything. And whatever it is that your hand wants to do, let it happen. You can put some stems, some stalks in if you want to give yourself some more darks. I didn't do that on the other one, but I might do that here. Just because why not? And some in the background here. Painting is a success if when you finish it, you feel that you enjoyed it. You might never look at it again. Put it away in your sketchbook, put the sketchbook in a cupboard and save it for posterity or whatever. But if you enjoyed doing it, that's what really matters. And I think I might possibly put a little bit of white in the middle. I'm not sure if this one will work. No. I'm going to buy some Posca white pens. Somebody recommended that they are better than the Uniball Signo ones, and they wouldn't hurt. I'm not sure about that. Maybe I don't like that. Maybe I'll just cover that up partially. It's too much. So I'm going to leave it like that. So there we are. Field of sunflowers with some bees. Hope you enjoyed that. I know I did. And I'll let go and I'll see you again soon. So bye everybody. Bye for now.